Cadillac is attempting something, actually, scratch that. It's more like they're attempting something completely, unbelievably audacious. We're talking about a massive return to the realm of coach-built theater with their ultra-luxury EV, the Celestiq. They are deliberately walking away from mass production and stepping right back into the absolute highest echelons of bespoke, hand-built craftsmanship.
So it really makes you wonder, what exactly happens when an American automaker decides to just go ahead and take on Rolls-Royce? I mean, think about it. We're talking about a brand that for the last few decades has been mostly known for mass-market SUVs and performance sedans. And now they're stepping directly into the undisputed heavyweight champion's ring. Cadillac isn't just trying to build a nice electric car here. They are attempting to build the ultimate American luxury express and, in the process, completely redefine their entire global image.
Let's dive right into Section 1, the standard of the world.
To really grasp what's happening today, we have to remember that Cadillac wasn't always just fighting for scraps with German luxury brands. They literally used to define the absolute pinnacle of motoring. Back in 1930, the Cadillac V16 was this incredible statement of pure mechanical excess and absolute corporate confidence. Fast forward to 1957, and you had the Eldorado Brougham, a car with a stainless steel roof and air suspension that actually cost more than many Rolls-Royces of its day. And that is exactly the lineage the 2024 Celestiq is drawing from. It doesn't rely on, cheap retro design cues. Instead, it revives that undeniable 18-foot presence, signaling to the world that Cadillac once again has the confidence to build something far, far above the ordinary.
And that brings us to the price. $340,000. Let that sink in for a second. But here's the absolute kicker. That is merely the starting price. That's literally just the baseline before you even begin the individual customization process. It is a price tag that firmly plants the Celestiq squarely in the territory occupied by the Rolls-Royce Spectre and Bentley.
Which leads us to Section 2, the bespoke build process.
You see, you can't just walk into a dealership and buy one of these off the lot. No way. The exclusive journey begins with a strict vetting process, literally just to get an invitation and a spot on the waiting list. Once you're approved, the whole experience moves to the glass-walled Cadillac House at Vanderbilt, which is over at GM's Global Technical Center in Michigan. And there, buyers get this highly personalized social hour with a design concierge. They pore over materials and colors in this gorgeous space designed by mid-century architectural legends. Finally, the vehicle itself is entirely hand-built just down the road at the secure Artisan Center by a tiny, elite team of craftsmen. We're talking a maximum of about 2 cars being built a week.
In the level of customization, it is staggering. Want your exterior to perfectly match the Honolulu blue of your favorite football team? Or maybe color match a specific item you own? Done. Inside, the car uses over 300 fabricated parts, including 115 unique 3D printed metal components. The upholstery is this eco-friendly bee-green leather by Bader, which is sustainably tanned using vegetable ingredients and, wait for it, Mexican coffee shell waste. I mean, talk about a morning pick-me-up, right? You can even have your own personal insignias engraved right into the metal on the door sills. And to top the whole shebang off, you're surrounded by an immersive 38-speaker AKG audio system that delivers unbelievable 3D surround sound.
Moving right along, let's look at Section 3, unpacking the electric architecture.
Because beneath all that coffee shell leather and custom paint lies GM's really heavy-hitting Ultium technology. The Celestiq packs a massive 111 kilowatt-hour battery pack. It's got dual motors providing all-wheel drive, pushing out right around 600 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque. What does that mean on the road? Well, it'll quietly launch you from 0 to 60 in a mere 3.8 seconds, and it has an estimated range of about 300 miles. Now keep in mind, this isn't designed to be some violent, neck-snapping track car. Instead, it possesses this instantaneous, effortless power. It's designed to just gracefully glide away from a stoplight. But stepping inside the cabin, wow, you are instantly met with a remarkably bold, hyper-modern approach. The entire dashboard is a sweeping 55-inch diagonal digital display. It's massive. Now, because Google requires touchscreen functionality for its built-in interface, these screens are technically touch-sensitive. But Cadillac actually locks that out while you're driving to prevent fingerprints. So instead, you have to use a slick little click wheel command center on the console to navigate while in motion.
But look up and you'll find what might be my favorite feature, an absolutely incredible fixed smart glass roof.
It's divided into 4 distinct transparency zones. This is such a brilliant way to bring an old luxury idea into the modern era. It allows each individual occupant, whether you're driving or just relaxing in the back, to literally tint the sky above them to their exact preference. How cool is that?
All right, Section 4, the driving experience.
So the engineering required to move an 18-foot, 6,000-pound vehicle gracefully is honestly massive. To pull this off, the Celestiq relies on magnetic ride control 4.0 dampers, paired up with adaptive air suspension, active roll control, and active rear steering. And the result? Reviewers who took this beast out on demanding, twisting canyon roads report that it completely masks its own mass. This crazy combination of technologies expertly massages away those high-frequency bunks, offering a surprisingly agile, incredibly silent ride. It remains totally composed, flat, and light on its feet, even in the tight corners.
Let's get to the main event, Section 5, Cadillac versus Rolls-Royce.
This is a clash of 2 completely different philosophies of extreme wealth. On one hand, Cadillac is leaning heavily into American futurism. They are relying on that massive 55-inch screen, deep digital submenus to control everything from seat heating to cooling, and just an undeniable Hollywood swagger. Rolls-Royce, with the Spectre, goes the exact opposite route. They champion analog minimalism. They use highly tactile physical controls, keep screens to an absolute minimum, and prioritize this sensory deprivation, vault-like silence that entirely cocoons the occupants from the outside world. It's a totally different vibe.
But, okay, to be fair, the Celestiq is not entirely perfect. Reviewers have highlighted a few surprising quirks for a vehicle in this absolute top-tier bracket. For instance, the rear trunk has no partition. That means under hard braking, your luggage can literally launch right into the passenger cabin. They also noted some overly eager warning chimes, a constant bonging that can really disrupt that serene luxury atmosphere. And despite the car being 18 feet long, you actually can't quite slide your feet under the front seats, which makes the rear legroom feel strangely restricted. Plus, the doors shut with a bit of a clunk rather than the perfectly engineered soft click you'd find in its British rival.
Ultimately, though, despite some of those digital quirks and physical flaws, top reviewers are celebrating the sheer confidence of this vehicle. Top Gear even called it wild, strange, and sort of wonderful. It is an incredibly ambitious project that isn't just trying to blindly copy Rolls-Royce. Instead, it is confidently forging its own uniquely American path in the ultra-luxury space.
So Cadillac has essentially pushed all their chips to the center of the table with this multi-million-dollar gamble to regain their crown as the standard of the world. And that leaves us with a massive question as we wrap up this explainer. Will this bold blend of bespoke craftsmanship, immense electric power, and absolute futuristic swagger be enough to entice the world's elite away from the old-world charm of Europe? It is a fascinating shift in the automotive landscape and definitely a space we're going to be watching very, very closely.